What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sir Love, and welcome back to another episode of Phase 6. Today, we're going to talk about, is a record deal for you? Is it for you? I don't know. Let's figure it out. So let's jump straight into it. I want you guys to vibe with me real here. Make sure you like, subscribe to this video right now. If you've watched a couple videos and you're on this video right now, you need to go ahead and like and subscribe and join the squad. Let's jump into it. So if you're in a situation right now and you're trying to figure out whether or not you should be signing a record deal, these are the type of things that I want you guys to think about. The first question is, do you have the ability to do it on your own? Now, in today's time, independent sounds really cool. It sounds very glorious. It's like, oh man, I want to be independent. Independent is the cool thing to do. Just like being an entrepreneur right now in today's time is the cool thing to do. But you have to recognize that previously, being an independent was a whack thing to do, and being an entrepreneur was a whack thing to do. These were very scary concepts, right? But the internet has given us a lot of confidence that we can do these things on our own. However, it's also given us false confidence because it's a lot more to it than just getting a lot of people to like and subscribe and follow and this, that, and the third. Okay? Listen, if you believe that you can do it on your own, it means that you have the money. It really means you have the three things: the knowledge, the network, and the money. If you haven't seen the 3 things video that I did, Guarantee Success in the Music Business, you need to watch that video because it's going to highlight this. If you do not have the 3 things on your own, knowledge, network, money, plus all the other things you need to have like work ethic and passion and drive and commitment and persistence, whatever. But the core things, knowledge, network, and money, if you do not have these things, you're going to need someone to help you. Now, that could be someone that you can get independently, or you're going to go to the label to make it happen. So for a lot of us, the biggest issue is the money question. I talk about how to overcome that in that same video I just mentioned, but you guys have to figure that out. So the number one thing in making this decision is, do you have the tools, the resources, and the team, the knowledge, the network, and the money to do it on your own? If the answer is no, then signing a record deal may be very advantageous for you because they do. However, if you sign to them, there are a lot of things that you guys have to watch out for. I'll do another video on what to watch out for, but there's more opportunity in that direction than there is being independent if you do not have the tools, and especially if you don't have the business acumen. Second thing I want you guys to think about is ownership. Now, in today's time, ownership seems like this huge thing. Everyone should own their stuff. Everyone should own their stuff. Like, that is what's being preached and talked about by everyone. Yeah, I kept my publishing. Yeah, I got my master's. Yeah, I have this. You know, artists brag about it. Well, you brag about things that everyone doesn't have. And everyone doesn't have these things for a reason, because they're not supposed to be for everyone to have. Let me break that down to you, because a lot of music people probably just raise an eyebrow. Like, what do you mean? Are you saying the artist shouldn't own this and shouldn't own that? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the artists that have heavy ownership have put a lot of work in to gain that type of heavy ownership, right? They've proven themselves. You have to recognize that out of the gate, you don't add a lot of value to any company that wants to do business with you unless you have a whole lot of things going on your side. Now, the average artist is watching, or manager, or whoever is watching this video, you might be a small-time artist. By small-time, I mean you're not in the 500,000 plus followers, subscribers, whatever else you're measuring. You're not already making $10,000 a month, you know, from music watching this video. If you are in that category of conversation, then of course you know there's a completely different rollout available for you with the label or independently. It's a whole different conversation. But for people that fall under that bracket, right, fall under that range, recognize that there's not a lot of value that you add. A company is taking a huge risk on you by investing in you because they don't get their money back if you lose. If this company gives you $1 million and you flop, they just lost $1 million. There is no recouping. There is no way they're going to get it back. Only thing they can do is try to drop you again and hope they get the $1 million back the second time, which they might lose another $1 million, and now they're $2 million in the hole because they bet on you twice and they have to drop you. You go about your life and go become an insurance salesman, and they just took a $2 million loss. Someone just lost their job, right? So there's no punishment for them. So when they take an investment in you, they have to get something in return for investing in you. So likely they're going to take your masters. It's just what it is, because what else are they making their money off of? They make their money off the masters. They're investing money into the masters, so therefore they want to own what they're investing in. Okay? Now, when it comes to publishing, they might want to take money out of the publishing. Now, hopefully you're not giving up forever. If you're looking at a situation and how it works, and I should break down how it works in a whole nother video. We'll do a video on masters and publishing ownership or whatever. But at the end of the day, they're going to want ownership over these types of things. Okay. And if you're a person that does not want to give up ownership, then you need to build your independent clout before taking a deal. But however, what I want you to recognize is that there's nothing wrong with giving up these things in order to get what you want. And eventually you'll own them down the line. Like, think about it. Do you think Chris Brown got the most amazing deal? Do you think Trey Songz got the most amazing deals? These were artists that were broken purely by record labels, right? Did Justin Bieber get the most amazing deal? I haven't seen their deals, but I'm pretty sure they're not getting the most amazing deals out the gate. Now, they've probably renegotiated multiple times throughout their career, and their deals are probably nice now. They're probably eating, they're probably making money. Everything's probably great now. Right? If you're going to have longevity, you're probably going to be fine in the long run, as long as you learn to stop getting screwed at some point, or you come in with a even deal, right? A lot of artists want ownership over everything, and I just completely disagree unless you have a lot of leverage going into the situation. So that's the other caveat that I want to launch in there. So I want you to think about the fame versus money conversation that we previously had in the other video. I want you to really marinate on that, because if fame is important to you, then a record deal is something that you guys should potentially be chasing. Because if there's anything a record label is traditionally going to do, is give you an opportunity to be famous. Now, it's changed a lot. There are a lot of deals and situations that you can put yourself in which the label will not help you become as famous. You can be an artist that's just kind of sitting on the shelf somewhere that never comes out. That can happen. However, your biggest shot of fame is going to come with an investor. A record label is typically an investor. If you have the money to invest in yourself, then you can buy fame. Fame is something that can be purchased, guys. Now, sustainable fame can't be bought unless you're just going to keep a running bill of making yourself hot, right? But people have to honestly like you for you to stay famous for a long time. But fame is purchased through advertisements and through promotions and all sorts of other scenarios that give you more exposure, right? But fame does not lead to sales. It does not lead to money. So that brings me to number 2. If money is important to you, then a record label conversation is going to be completely different in your head. It's going to be a better understanding of how much money we're making today and how much more money will we make with the record label. Because a record label is not in business to make you rich. They're in business to make themselves rich. So if you have a lot of leverage going into the deal, then a record label could be for you if you're about the money. However, if you don't have leverage going into the deal, and by leverage, I mean things that create revenue, publishing, streams, merchandise, shows, whatever. If you're not bringing in a lot of revenue going to the table, you're going to lose money most likely in the deal. So if number 2 for you is money, then it's going to be based off of your ability to, make money. And if you're making money on your own, then maybe a partnership will help you make more money. If you're not making any money on your own, you're probably not going to make much money over there unless they're going to blow up the record for you and allow you to do your thing on the road. So let's sum all this up, because I can really talk about this topic for a long time. Is a record deal for you? If you're in a situation where you don't have the knowledge, the network, or the money, then potentially a record deal is going to be for you. If you're in a position where you're willing to negotiate and give up ownership in masters, publishing, and different things of that nature in exchange for more potential revenue, more potential fame down the line, then a record deal is for you. If you're a person that doesn't want to do either of the two, that feels like you have the team and structure to do it on your own, you have the A&Rs, you have the investor, you have the creative directors, you have the video people, the graphic people, the lawyers, the whatever, everything that you need. You have the relationships with the radio stations, you have relationships with whoever is. Listen, I can go on down forever. You guys know all the players that are involved. If not, watch more of my videos, you'll learn the players. People that did it successfully. Scott Bruschetta, and what he was able to do with Taylor Swift and their whole movement, right? With Big Machine Records. Like he had the knowledge, the network, and the money and everything necessary to blow. If you look at Virgin Records, they were a huge independent company. That was Branson. I'm fucking it up. But the guy from the UK out there, Richard Branson. Richard Branson, that was a guy out there in the UK that did Virgin Records and did a great job. He figured it out. You know, there's a lot of opportunity for you to come out there and make it happen. You know, if you think about Cash Money has been an independent, technically only leveraging distribution from a major for a very long time. So like there's opportunities to do that, but if you're not built like that, maybe you need to spend time in the game to learn the game. And that's my synopsis. So is a record label for you? Is a record deal for you? I think record labels and record deals get bad stigma in today's time period. I think it could be for a lot of people. It should be for a lot of people, but we don't treat it that way anymore because being independent is honestly cooler, but it's harder. And a lot of us don't really recognize the true amount of work involved in it, but you do get to take control over your career. But by taking control of your career, that means you're also taking control over your debt and your finances and your accounting and everything associated with making you pop and getting that money. Okay? There is no bank that's going to give you money to start a record label other than a record label. So those are my thoughts for today. Should you be interested in a record deal or not? I hope that was helpful. Like, subscribe, go to www.phasevi.com. I'll have a whole lot of video content around all these different things. I really want you guys to explore. I create a lot of tools and different things of that nature to help you guys win. So I hope it's helpful. It's your boy Sir Love. I'm out.